All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe. I've got more questions about the little red express truck that's been in the background of some of my videos. This belongs to a buddy of mine, and it's gonna get some good work done to it. What I wanted to do was give you a quick walk around. We may take it down the road real quick, and I've got to get the engine pulled out of this. It is getting a full rebuild, overhaul, with lots of goodies in it. This will be a lot more performance oriented than the Ram Charter build, but just as reliable. Really clean truck. I mean, minus it being dirty right now. Got a lot of nice work done to it. Had a nice wood bed and stuff. That stuff needs to be cleaned up, but I'm going to end up doing some I believe an aftermarket AC kit for this and the engine stuff, but you can kind of check us out here. Got our nice buddy seat in here. All looks sharp. Little Holly carburetor and just some new parts, but I've got to get the engine out of this in order to get it to the machine shop to start the block prep for it. So door shut nice. I'm gonna pop it off the trailer and maybe we'll go for a ride. Let's check out under the hood. So we check out under the hood. A lot of this video I'm going to just kind of document everything under here before I get this thing yanked out. That way I know how it all goes back. I mean, I think it's mostly original. It's had a little bit of wiring stuff done. You can see some goofy butt connectors and, you know, just random stuff that needs some love. But for the most part, it's a pretty solid old truck. It's got the original breather, got these valve covers. Here's our sticker on the hood, which the truck's been repainted, obviously. 364 barrel. So we definitely want to keep that intact. Here's a little sticker over here. Looks to be pretty original. I don't know if somebody was trying to peel it up or what they were doing there. Pretty neat old rig. It's a little bit different color than factory. Factory had, you know, that more maroon red. But this one, if I can find you a spot, I'll show you. There we go. I don't know if you can tell a difference in that or not. There's the more factory red, some of that paint chipping there. Obviously the wheels are different. See if we can get it fired off and just take a quick ride down the road. I'll get the oil heated up, pull it back in, drop the oil. All right, she lives. She runs a little bit rough, but we're gonna fix all that. We're charging, we got oil pressure. A little bit of gas in the tank. Yeah. Let me show you why we need a rebuild right here. See the amount of blow by coming out of that dude. Uh-oh. Yeah. She needs some love. But I'm gonna shut the hood. We'll go for a quick trip. Carburetor needs some work, but she's got a new one. Come on, baby. There we go. But we went down the road in it, the owner and I. She shifts out nice. Sounds nice. It just big stumble down low. Could be old plugs, you know, but this will be a fun one to work on, fun project. There. We won't go too far. Sounds nice. Got my window up. First, second, third. Got good oil pressure. Got the like 40 pounds. There we go. Got to fix our wipers, I know for sure. Like I said, heater box coming out, getting aftermarket AC. Just another project. But I gotta get this engine out. Get pulled over here. Got a little heat into it now. We're making loose. We'll make it on back, and those temps are nice, everything looks good, but it's gonna be a lot nicer when we get her done. She's pulled in. I wanted to show you our exhaust here, how it comes out, and cuts over to manifold. They both go outside the frame rail, so far away from the gas tank. Man, better kill it. Got it. Anyway, oil's drained for the most part. I'm gonna pop that starter off. There's a mile of room under here with these exhaust manifolds, but this truck is getting some nice ceramic coated small block headers. So I'm gonna be able to probably just take my sawzall, chop here, chop there, let the pipes go up and out with it. Transmission's gonna stay in. It's really in nice working shape. And I'll probably get me a board or a ratchet strap or something to go run across here. I know we had a little problem with our shifting linkage here. Check this out. So he said a lot of times it doesn't feel like it went all the way into park. Well, here's one reason. That's totally loose, but oftentimes these bushings wear out and it just doesn't quite have enough force to put it all the way into park. So we're in park now, but there's an adjustment here. I'm gonna fix all that stuff when new engine goes in. But underneath we're just kind of dirty. I mean, it's an old truck, 70, 78 or 79, whatever. Floor pans look really nice and solid. My old black truck had 452 holes in the floor pan, and this one is really nice. There's no rust holes anywhere. Frame looks nice, a little bit of crud, but not bad at all. Hopefully you can see all this stuff and I'm not just boring you. While I'm under here, I'm also going to shoot my bell housing bolts out. I got to put that plug back in, torque converter bolts. This thing should come out, I would guess, you know, about 2 hours, maybe 4 if it fights the whole way. I'm gonna just pop our air compressor off, set it in here, power steering pump, set it on the side, free this thing out. I'd like to get this engine torn apart today, at least get the heads off, and we'll keep pushing forward. I've got the radiator draining. I can probably come off with top coolant hose soon. And here we go. Free the top off. I wanted to show you real quickly some of our wires. Remember, this is for me and for you, so I don't forget this stuff. And I already know the majority of this. Here's the AC wire, and it runs basically hooked up here, goes to our dryer, that high pressure switch. Our actual harness here, there's our water temp sender right down here on the intake. I think you can see it. I'm sure I can pop it off there. Get my long pliers out. Field wires for the alternator, red's on top, green's on the bottom. I'll have to double check if that's correct, but it may not matter since they're just field wires. I'm sure y'all let me know in the comments. There we go. Main power wire in here. that covers that harness. Coming out of it here, red wire, positive coil, black wire, negative coil. Here is another sensor. Plugs in there. It's kind of goofy looking, but it goes into the intake runner itself. So probably a heat sensor or something. Again, I don't like the butt connectors. Looks like somebody may have snipped those before and ran. The oil pressure sender is a white wire right there. It has a little slide made into it. See? I'll get our coil wires off. I don't see an electric choke wire at all in this harness. Just to verify, I'll pop our throttle bracket off, kick down our stuff off. Plug in for the distributor is a good old 2-prong right there. Looks like that. And we got another wire. Looks like going down and back. Let me trace that dude. Majority of us know that we like a little spring to go from here to here, pull that forward. This one has just got the goofy spring on the front of it. It's working, serves a purpose, but I like the kind of little factory dude that goes there. Unplugged our brake booster line. The other little line is the one that goes to the heater box, which we won't use later because it's getting an aftermarket AC kit. So we toss it aside. I did find, so one of these plugged in that little wire underneath, or that ran down the backside. The other one, I'm assuming, was an electric choke because it would have reached. Someone's added an aftermarket connector or something. Doesn't matter, I'll sort that later. But yeah, I'm popping kick down off, popping this off. Pop, pop, pop. There's our wires ran to the back with that oil pressure sender. And it was basically like this, jammed into the side of the distributor. I'll wiggle her free, but you see she's had a hard life. That's the wire that was, one of these dudes was plugged onto. Like that. And I have no idea why it plugs, but there it is. My little harness is free. That's one of the easier parts of the day. Kickdown's done. Yeah, let's keep going. A little power steering pump action. I'm pulling this bolt out. She's fairly long, I guess 5.5, 6 inches, but there's a little bracket underneath this that kind of triangulates that to the bottom side of the water pump. So the water pump has 2 bolts on the bottom, boom and boom, and that bracket kind of goes 1, 2, 3 bolts like that. And I could see how you could forget it. Maybe it just hits that 1 bolt there. So it's just gonna hit here and here, that's fine. I'm gonna pop off here and then I'll be able to set that dude off, get our belt off. The belt's free anyway. Get the radiator out of here. Top side stuff's done. I need to get a little stuff like that and chunk in my box. Little extras. I'll go ahead and throw that in too. Got a box of everything there. I got the easy part done, I think. Front off the engine, all that. Just set that aside. The majority of that's going away for something a little nicer and newer per our owner's request. So I'm gonna slide in, get those top motor mounts, then bell housing, exhaust, and converter bolts, and pop goes a weasel. Everything's disconnected. I should be able to jack this thing up and yank it out of here. So hopefully it all works smoothly. I'm gonna try it with the hood on. I've done a bunch of them with the hood on, and sometimes you can even get an extra 2 or 3 inches out of that. And if I need to get my little wooden prop stick, I can do that too. We'll just see how it goes. And there she is, just hanging out. Looks like they installed their thermo quad adapter upside down, where it the spread board's supposed to go down. Anyway, that's all going away. There's our 360. Right. There she is. So there's our 360. Here's our little red. I got to get something out of that transmission and get her jacked up. But if you like old Mopars and seeing them be improved greatly, be sure to hit that whatever, subscribe and all that stuff. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you next time.